There's another battle in Hastings. A battle against crime.
Castle Hill Road, total loss.
And it's the traffic cops who are at the leading edge.
Gave up a little too easily.
Cracking down on people who are breaking the law.
You just broke the law, lawman. 1 point to me.
And people who are crossing the line.
So like you said at the beginning, you'll have to nick me. Nick me!
Stop it! You're hurting me!
I've got a little bit of paint on my head.
Have they got enough down there?
I'm not going to fight none of you.
A lot of people will have a lot of bravado. They'll sort of play up and act the big man, as it were. But a lot of people will know where to draw the line.
It's gone midnight, and the police helicopter in Sussex has just been scrambled. It's the time of night when most people are asleep, but the time when criminals like to go to work. Some ram raiders have been late-night shopping at a co-op in Brighton, and they've left without paying. On the ground, the traffic cops have got an important lead in the hunt for the night raiders, thanks to an eyewitness.
The information coming out over the radio was that the offenders had smashed their way into the shop and were getting into a Land Rover. And obviously the witness was very close by because he gave quite a good description of the vehicle and its registration number.
It's a reasonably uncommon vehicle, and at this time of night, with little traffic on the roads, not difficult to spot.
Yeah, we got the vehicle north up Mill Road now.
Sergeant Melanie Doyle's in the right place at the right time.
He shot by on our right-hand side, and immediately I knew it was the vehicle, got the registration number, and we U-turned and went off up the hill after it.
Yeah, he's going up Mill Road now, Land Rover confirmed over.
The cops have been on high alert for the raiders for some time.
Over several months we'd have a spate, almost nightly, of burglaries aimed at convenience stores, and they were basically doing smash and grab straight through the front doors, stealing everything they can.
Yeah, it's over the white lines going north up Mill Road now. Tango Alpha Papa 43.
They needed stopping, they needed catching.
Yeah, he's doing 50 miles an hour. He's over the double white lines, he's failing to stop. We're a green permit holder, we are in a pursuit of him.
A green permit's got nothing to do with the environment. These are elite drivers with a licence to pursue.
I've been in several pursuits, I suppose, over the years, and they are exhilarating, yes, but you know, you'd rather not have them. You'd rather people didn't drive like that.
Yeah, wrong side of the road again, he's offside of the vehicle. Handleton Road.
The Land Rover driver is a desperate maniac.
Coming up the top road.
He's no intention of stopping for anything or anyone.
He's still wrong side of the road, 50 miles an hour.
He's driving so dangerously in the belief that the cops won't risk pressurising him and will back off.
Yeah, he's regaining the right side of the road now, Handleton Road still.
But what he hasn't counted on is a determined lady in blue on his tail.
It was getting more and more dangerous the way he was driving. We have to consider how we're going to tactically stop a vehicle that is not stopping for us. And I considered at that point we were going to keep going until I had some reinforcements there.
And reinforcements are moments away in the shape of the police chopper up in the night sky. There's usually little chance of escape from these chopper coppers. The ability to see at night gives them the edge over the criminals.
We knew he was going into sort of tighter residential area. My gut feeling was that he was going to abandon it and they were all going to run.
Marlow Gardens. 303, clarify location.
Marlow Gardens, over.
In the nick of time, the police helicopter is overhead.
It's gone off-road, in a lane to the north of Milo Gardens.
A very narrow track, over.
The Land Rover's made for off-roading. But somehow, the driver's completely lost it in a field. He and his mates are going to leg it instead.
900 overhead now and recording. Got the runner. We got the runners.
Luckily, at the point that they came to a halt and they all bailed out and ran, the helicopter had just arrived overhead and they picked up the runners.
Under cover of darkness, the driver's getting away. But not from the cops hovering overhead.
900 in direction, please.
Towards Downsway, over.
They're able to guide officers on the ground to a house he's trying to take refuge in.
And they surrounded the house and then went in and arrested them.
9-9, we've got 3 in custody. Golf 9-9 confirmed, 3 in custody.
All of the smash and grab gang have been rounded up. Unfortunately for them, there won't be any convenience stores where they're going. Creeping up on crooks has never been easier in Sussex. From above in the helicopter, and from behind as well, in the traffic cops' new unmarked car, which they also find ideal for surprising motorists whose driving standards are below the level required by the law.
People's driving tends to improve significantly when they see a marked police car. It's to put us in the position where, in the same place in an unmarked car, to see what people's real driving's like, and obviously to educate and prosecute people.
When it comes to road safety, PC Quick and his partner PC Steve Dazuki Harmon are hard-liners.
A learner without a seatbelt.
Some education's required.
It's been law for about 30 years now, and it still surprises me the amount of people that see it as their right to choose whether or not they wear a seatbelt, and they don't really think of what would happen if they were to have an accident, even if it's only at 30 miles an hour.
Some people still haven't got the message. Buckling up saves lives. Over 2,000 a year, it's estimated.
Big lay-by there.
PC Dazuki Harmon's got a message of his own for the learner driver. And there's another reason to point the finger. The computer says he's not insured either.
Hello. Oh yeah, you'll pop out for me, driver.
Some people can be exempt from having to wear a seatbelt. For medical reasons, as long as they have a certificate to prove it.
Pop on the pavement for me.
Sorry?
Pop on the pavement for me. Any reason you're not wearing a seatbelt?
I've just gone from the shop.
Sorry?
I've just gone from the shop.
But that's not this man's excuse.
Okay, so I won't when you're wearing it.
I'm in the process of putting it on, aren't I?
You're on the public road, so it should be on before you get on the public road, shouldn't it?
The argument was that he'd just come from the retail park, I say, which is nearly a mile away, and he was putting it on. But I say it doesn't take a mile to put your seatbelt on, so we should have put it on when he started the car.
You a learner driver?
No, she is.
Why are the plates still on there then?
Yeah, because I'm learning.
Yeah, they should be off if you're driving.
Sorry, can you just tell me why you stopped him?
Because you're not wearing a seatbelt.
That's all.
Yes, and there's no insurance on the vehicle.
No, it is insurance. I can show you.
That's fine.
You follow me my house right
Yes,
now, yeah?
I have
You
all
follow us
insurance.
right
On the phone to him.
That's fine, yeah.
Because you've got a camera standing.
The man's adamant he's got insurance for his car.
That car is more legal than what yours is.
Okay, fair enough.
He immediately was quite anti towards us, and why we stopped him. When the insurance issue came up, that really put the icing on the cake, yeah.
Proving he's insured isn't being helped by the fact that the man can't even prove who he is.
Right, so you got no ID on you at all?
The man in yellow is beginning to see red.
Look, if you get in your car and stop wasting my time, because I'm a busy man, I'll drive down the road, yeah, and I'll give you the insurance. It's 2 minutes down the road. You've just wasted that fuel in there. You can waste it coming down the road.
So you don't have any ID on you?
What am I going to carry it for when it's going to get robbed out the car, yeah? Does that not make common sense? I wish you police would get that. Please carry your documents, yeah? Now, when I lose them, you pull me over for not carrying them, yeah? So what do you want?
So you don't have anything on you at all?
My house is just down the road. Let's go, yeah? You got 5 minutes, I got 5 minutes. I want to prove you wrong, because this is all false, mate, yeah? It's false. That car, the MOT place is just down there, yeah?
You still haven't answered my question.
I have just answered your question.
No,
Excuse me, who are you insured with again?
RAC. So you've done it.
Gentleman says he's insured with the RAC.
He kept telling us that he was with the RAC and he was fully insured, etc., etc. But, you know, if I believed that every time, I'd never do any work.
We're phoning the RAC.
I'm
Where you
getting
going?
something out of my car. Do you mind? Get out
Okay,
of
we'll
my
give me the
way.
keys first.
Take the keys.
Thank
Perfectly
you.
legal. It's all right, I'm not going to run away. You've got
I know
the
you're
keys.
not. You need to calm down,
Get out
mate.
my face, then. Get out my face, yeah?
You don't tell me what to do, sir. We're checking it out to see that you're
don't
insured.
tell me what to do. I
haven't
pay
told
your
you to do
taxes,
anything. Do you? I pay my own taxes.
And your wages, yeah?
And now he's going to pay the price. £60 for not wearing his seatbelt, and until it's established he's got insurance, he's not going anywhere. This part of East Sussex, around Hastings, is famous for 1066 and all that. There's no need to sneak up on the tourists here. Conventional, high-profile patrols are the order of the day. It's PC Richard Hobbs's dream job, who, after 4 years as a control room operator, wanted more fun and a BMW to drive around in.
It does look quite glamorous, doesn't it? I think anyone who comes onto traffic and says they don't enjoy driving wouldn't be telling you the truth. I think everyone's on there because we enjoy what we do.
His partner, PC Lizzie Hall, likes her driving as well and has just joined the small group of Sussex policewomen who've got their green permits.
Every time I open my warrant card and see it in there, it makes me smile, which is quite nice.
Hobbs and Hall's BMW is fitted with a mobile automatic number plate reading camera. It's picked out a car that's coming towards them, which shouldn't be on the road. Its MOT has expired.
No MOT on that Citroen that's gone that way, 10th of April.
That does spin around.
Some people wrongly think they've got a fortnight's grace to get their MOT renewed. This driver's pushing that old excuse by 5 months.
Cheeky monkey. Every car has an MOT after being 3 years old every year, and it's the health check and safety check on that car, and there could be anything wrong with that car. The chassis could be rot, there could be a problem with the brakes. So it is a priority really to stop that gentleman and talk to him and make sure that he gets that car taken for an MOT and deal with him for the offence of not having one.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's handy. He gave up a little too easily.
The cheeky monkey's Citroen is clearly more than 3 years old.
Thank you, mate. What date was it again?
10th of April. I'll just have a look.
Hello, driver. How are you doing? All right? I'm all right, thank you. Need to have a chat about your MOT.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, do you know?
Booked in for Friday, though.
Right, what's it doing on the road then?
I know it shouldn't be, I know. I was just getting bits done for it.
Yeah, 10th of April it ran out. Yeah, you can't drive it on the road, I'm afraid, mate. Not unless it's booked in for a pre-booked appointment and driving to that appointment.
Okay.
And regardless of the outcome, driving back, you're covered as well.
Yeah, okay.
I'm afraid it's a £60 fixed penalty notice for driving it with no MOT. It's no points on your licence, it's a non-endorsable one, so it's just a straight £60 fine. And you've had a good few months of motoring for that as well. He seemed like a very nice gentleman. The car was registered to somebody else because he'd only just bought it, he told me. That's excellent, super. Take a seat back in your car so you don't get blown away, and I'll be back with you shortly.
As well as the number plate camera, there's another useful gadget in the cop's car.
We've got an MDT, mobile data terminal. It's a brilliant piece of equipment. So many things we can do on it, and amongst other things, apart from checking cars, insurance details, MOT, and we can also check to see whether someone's ever been in trouble with us before, or indeed if they're still wanted or still disqualified.
It's not registered to him, he's just bought it apparently.
Oh, okay, right. It's just been a bit slow at the moment.
Unfortunately, the system's just gone down. He's going to have to be checked out the old-fashioned way.
Hello, it's PC Richard Hobbs from Hotel Tango 209. Could you do a driver's licence check for me, please?
While PC Hobbs calls into the control room for more information about the Citroën driver, a few miles away in St Leonards-on-Sea, his colleagues are still on the receiving end.
I'll tell you what, I've beaten you this time. Yeah, because that car's fully legal.
From the man who won't belt up.
What's wrong?
Go on, pick a hole in it, you can't touch
What
it.
is your problem, sir? You need to calm down.
Problem.
We are just investigating whether or not you're insured, that's all. If you're insured, that'll be fine.
Yes, it is insured. I can show you all paper.
Okay. Well, it's not we don't believe you, it's just that we have to check it out.
Initially, but then I think he was in control of it and just doing enough to try and belittle us, if that's the right word. And perhaps we were playing with him a little bit.
So you say you check your policy documents and it's correct index?
It was renewed on the 12th at 11:59. If you don't believe me, drive down the road. Stop wasting my time. I got garden
Again,
fences
you haven't
to-
answered the question. Have you checked the policy documents and is it the correct index on the policy documents? No, I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, it is correct.
Right.
Wasting my goddamn bloody time, man.
If you answer the question, we're not going to get through
I told
things.
you 20 times.
No, you
didn't I?
haven't.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's insured. Yes, yes. Hello, my car is insured.
Come on, stop it.
Oh, for God's sake.
While they're still waiting for news on the man's insurance, the cops are going to start earning their pay
Let's have a signature from you there, please, Mr. Wickham.
by ticketing the man for not wearing his
Yeah,
seatbelt.
please.
What's that for then?
Just say you got receipt of the ticket.
Unbelievable. Another pay ride. I got to pay for a ticket.
Do you have any tattoos or anything, or any marks or scars?
Yeah, there. Yeah.
So,
So what that is?
What is that?
Tattoo.
Thank you.
Check that on the computer as well.
Why are you checking about tattoos? What?
Because he doesn't have any identification on him, that's why. He obviously thinks that he's Mr. Law-abiding and how dare we stop him. Right, that is
Happy
yours.
now?
Thank you very much.
Pat on the back for that.
Thank you very much.
Get new stripe on your hat for that.
Right, all we need to do is wait for your insurance thing to come back.
Okay, so you're going to waste my time, yeah? And if that insurance is right, I'm going to have you. Good
All right,
time.
fair enough.
Is that so?
No, you can sit in your car and wait for us if you
No,
like.
no, I'm not sitting in... you just broke the law. I'm not sitting in car outside a car that you're saying's not insured because I'm on a public highway. You just broke the law, lawman.
Okay.
1 point to me.
A lot of people will have a lot of bravado, especially when there are other people around. They'll sort of play up and act the big man, as it were.
Get on your fancy phone and do your job.
At last, there's an answer from the RAC.
Yeah.
The big man's relishing getting one over the traffic cops.
Come on then, let's have it.
Right.
Yeah?
But he's not going to like the news.
Unbelievable you are. Yeah?
Sorry, what was which bit's wrong? Which bit's wrong again?
Oh, when the typing error by the insurance company. Well, bugger.
Okay, I'll tell him, okay. Okay, thanks a lot.
Come on
Cheers,
then.
mate. Right.
Let's go then.
Okay, you're going to shut up long enough for me to
No, I
explain
ain't
what the
shutting
problem
up.
is.
Yeah, because there's a typing error by the insurance company on the registration plate.
Did you do it on the internet?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your error then.
So your error then?
Rubbish. I got a document at home saying what it's on it.
It wasn't on
GN06GX8, so don't tell me.
But your vehicle's YN06.
Yeah.
So that vehicle's not
Just give
insured.
me the keys, it's
No.
insured.
It is
What you've got to
insured.
do is phone the RSC and get a new certificate, get
Okay.
the correct policy,
Come on
okay?
then, big fella.
So let's just clarify this. Because of your mistake, you're
no, it's not
putting
his
the number
mistake.
plate wrong
No, no,
on
no.
the RAC.
Hey, you wasn't doing
That's
it
what's
on
led to
the
all
line.
of this today,
Hey,
sir.
no,
You've no one
it's
else to
not
blame
that.
but yourself. Have a good
No.
day, put your seatbelt on for your own safety.
Do you really don't have anything to do better than
Have a good day.
Goodbye, madam.
Nice to meet you. Have a nice day.
I think all the way through it, he thought that he was in the right all the time, even though it was obviously he wasn't. But any little victory he could get against us, he was trying that.
Happy chappy?
That's it. He's obviously brave because he's put his seatbelt on.
Yeah.
He's still going.
What's all that about?
We're on a stop check.
In Hastings, the driver of the Citroën with no MOT is still waiting for his ticket before he can go. And confirmation that the rest of his details check out okay.
Could you check the insurance for me if you would? Thank you. I started writing out the ticket while Richard phoned PNC, the Police National Computer Bureau, and carried out the checks with him.
Right, okay, yeah, got him here. Full driver.
No need for a ticket anymore. He's going to be arrested for driving while he's already been disqualified.
Oliver, we've just run you through the Police National Computer and it's telling us that you're disqualified from driving at the moment.
I didn't know.
All right. Well, that's what it says on there. Obviously, we'll need to do some more digging on that, but for the time being, obviously, you're under arrest on suspicion of driving whilst disqualified. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm you defensive. You do not mention when questioned something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Right.
Just pop your bits away and secure your car up.
He'd been out there for a minute or two whilst we'd been in the car, so at any point he could have legged it, and he didn't. He must have known that we'd find out who he was. He'd given correct details, so obviously he just didn't fancy running.
Yeah.
Oliver's definitely not running now.
Have you got anything on you shouldn't have?
No,
Just going to give you a quick pat downstairs. What have you got in your pockets?
I've got my phone.
Yep.
That's quite a nice result, actually. It's quite pleasing because, you know, it's come from our work as opposed to anything else. We found it from the outset, followed it all the way through, and actually we've taken someone off the road who should never have been behind the wheel in the first place, let alone in a car that doesn't have an MOT and could be dangerous as well.
Oliver's been brought to the police station in Hastings to be checked in,
Straight down to the end and we're going through the blue door there.
while the cops do a little more digging to see if his disqualification really was something he had no idea about.
He needs to be interviewed regarding his disqualification to make sure that he knows that he's disqualified from driving. And also to confirm his identification as well, they use what we call a live scan machine and take his fingerprints, photograph and DNA, and that we're able to confirm 100% who he is then as well.
We knew he was disqualified, but we need to know when, where and why. We've contacted our bureau again, who did some further checks. They were able to send some printouts this time, so we were able to see exactly when he went to court, what offences he'd been to court for. This report says Wimbledon Magistrates Court on the 19th of the 6th, 2009, he was disqualified for no insurance offences, and he was disqualified until the 18th of the 6th, 2010. Simple as that, no insurance.
But there's more.
We also checked on the driver database, so we got a copy of his driving record that DVLA hold, and yeah, that was a small surprise there, that he'd actually never held a licence, he'd never passed a test. He'd got a provisional licence which had also expired. Yes, he was disqualified from driving, but in the first place he should have never been behind the wheel at any point. Just need your shoes, I'm afraid. That, coupled with the fact that he's got no MOT, well, no one's actually ever assessed his driving anyway to make sure he was safe, so he was quite a danger really on the road.
Teamwork is a crucial part of a traffic cop's job, and nowhere is that more important than on long night shifts. Luckily, PC's Phil Mann and Mark Bassett get on pretty well together.
A lot of people say we're like two nagging women when we get together, but we work well off each other, fire ideas, good cop, bad cop kind of thing. There's never a dull moment.
Mark, he has got a lot of patience. With me, it's like, you've done it, let's deal with it. Whereas Mark, just talk to them, bless him.
They've got ANPR cameras fitted to their car as well, but with added night vision capability. Driving in the dark doesn't mean driving incognito. The computer says there's a problem.
That's for no insurance.
Myself and Mark spotted this car that went past us quite quick, automatically activated the ANPR camera. Mark very quickly PNC'd it as we were turning around, and came with no insurance. So we went to follow it, and that's when it parked up very quickly.
Hello. Hello there, how you doing? You alright? Is that your car?
Right, Stella.
got is, if you want to stick your head just in the car there, my colleague will explain what's on there.
This is an MDT computer. It shows that it's got a database to the insurance, and when your car went past us, it's showing it's got no insurance for some reason.
Right, okay.
Has it got insurance?
Not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment.
No.
That's why you got out and quickly legged it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Has it got tax? It has. Have you got your licence on you?
No, not at the moment.
Have you got any ID on you?
I wasn't actually driving it, so.
Who was driving it then?
My mate, so.
And where's she gone, or he gone?
Stella? Yeah. Do you want to tell us the truth? Otherwise we'll just rewind the ANPR camera.
PC Man's calling Stella's bluff with a bluff of his own.
We've got a video in the car.
Do you want us to rewind it? Do you want to change your change before we caution you? Okay, what are you we're going to have to caution you, alright, Stella?
You do not have to say anything that may harm your defence, but do not mention when questioned, sanctioned later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay? At this time, I'm reporting for the offence of driving a motor vehicle without valid insurance. Okay, you do not have to say anything that may harm your defence. Do not mention now, something which may later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay? So it wasn't you driving, is that what you're telling me? It was you driving. Did you just say it was you driving? Okay. Right, how many points have you got on your licence at the moment?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Well, we're going to bring it up in a minute, so...
If there is any, I can back to you.
Do you hold a licence?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Is it a provisional?
No, it's not provisional.
Are you disqualified from driving?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
We'll find out in 2 seconds, Stella.
Stella's come clean about being banned. She knows she can't beat the machine.
Expired, substantive, disqualified until the 7th of the 4th, 2012.
Okay, because of that information, I'm arresting you on suspicion of driving whilst disqualified. You don't have to say anything that may harm your defence. If you do not mention when questioned, something may later rely on in court. Anything you do so may be given in evidence. Okay? If you can hang up on the phone for the time being, we'll let you make a phone call in a minute. So if you turn that off for the time being. Listen, turn it off.
Don't
You're under arrest. You're under arrest. Okay. She tried to make a phone call to her boyfriend who was in the pub next door, which I wasn't too happy about her doing, because for all I know, she could be ringing. She gets through to him and tells him what's gone on. We'll have half the pub come out and try and get involved. Not too tight.
All prisoners get cuffed in Sussex, even women prisoners.
Ring around here.
When we arrest people, we apply handcuffs. We personally put them to the back. That way they can't put them over the headrest of the car seat and strangle you. Other police officers have been assaulted that way. That's what we do. We put them behind her back and put her in the police car. You comfortable?
Not really.
They do shake a bit, don't they?
Hello there, chap.
So it's my girlfriend.
Yes, at the moment she's under arrest.
She?
Okay, yeah, she is. So we're going to have to take her to the police station. She can give you a call when she gets there. Okay.
I'll just make sure the girl's alright. I'll ring her mum. Make sure her
I've got my
daughter's
mum's
alright.
phone
Okay,
in
yeah.
my bag.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got my mum's phone in my bag, so you're going to have to get to her somehow.
I think the boyfriend was in the pub. I think she'd driven there to either pick him up or see him. But he obviously saw the blue lights outside. He saw what was going on, and he came to assist his girlfriend in some way.
I'll give her a kiss.
You're not going to be able to give her a kiss this time.
Just gonna lock up the...
Not getting a kiss goodnight is the least of Stella's problems. Her real trouble is she's having to kiss goodbye to her car.
Why is it being seized?
Because we have the power. Listen, we have the power.
It's fine there, and
Stella.
last time it was removed. Give him
Stella,
the keys and let
Stella,
him take
listen.
it. Give him the keys
Stella,
and let him take
calm
it.
down.
Give him the keys and let him take
Are you
it.
gonna
It's
let me
my
explain?
car. You're not
Stella,
impounding it
listen.
when you don't need to. Now give him
Chill.
the keys and let him take it.
You're going to calm down.
To get them to give you the bloody keys. Nobody impounded. It's going to cost me another 300 quid to get the fucker out.
Stella. She knew she was coming in, but it was the fact that her vehicle was being seized that was the most inconvenient for her.
You can't seize the car.
We're going to seize the car, Stella.
The car. What's the need for it? There's no need, is there?
Do you want me to tell you the need? Okay, it's so that the vehicle can only be picked up by someone who's got a valid driving licence and has got valid insurance on that car. Okay.
The person who picked it up last time wasn't insured on the car.
Well, I'm going to make sure they will be this time because that's the only time that they can pick it up.
You need to pick up the car. It's your fault that I'm here, Simon, isn't it?
Stella, chill.
Well, it's not his fault at all. You know, she's the one in charge of the car. She's got a brain. She should have used it a lot more.
Unfortunately, Stella's a no-brainer, driving around when she's already been banned. She's facing the prospect of a long night in a police cell, but she's had enough of being locked up already.
What, why are you taking that off? No, you're not.
Why not? It's hurting me.
Well, then I can loosen it.
You're
Not
I might
Stella.
be pregnant. Can you just
Stella.
stop handling me like
Stella,
this?
listen.
Get
Stella.
off me now.
Don't.
Get off me! Get off me!
Stella.
Get off me! You're
Stella.
hurting me! Get
Stella,
off me!
you're gonna hurt
Get
yourself.
off me! Get
Listen,
off me!
you keep struggling,
Get
Stella.
off me! Just let me take my hands out from underneath me. You're hurting me.
Sit up. Sit up.
Sit up.
Come on, we're helping
Get
you out.
off me!
We're helping you out, Stella.
I'm not trying to get out of the car, am I? What are you doing?
You can't travel like that, Stella. You can't travel like that.
I'm trying to put them over the front.
You're not.
Can't you see that? Just let me put them over the front. They're hurting my back. Stand up. Oh my God! Why are you being
Don't
such
start kicking,
assholes?
Stella.
Can you
You're
just
the
let
one.
me
We
put
could
my
have
hands over the front? You're hurting me. Get off me.
Stand up, stand up.
Oh, for
Stand
God's
up.
sake! Why are you being like this?
Stand up.
Stop it! You're hurting me.
Don't you get?
Pint-sized Stella is proving to be a handful for the cops, but they could do without her boyfriend's help.
That's not out, that's better.
You saw
I know
that she's struggling.
I know
okay,
she's
yeah?
struggling, but she obviously.
Don't roll her up anymore, all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Good.
Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Right, do you want to sit in the car or do you want to get a van? Don't call me a
Sit
pig.
in the car, please.
Right, keep them behind your back.
You're so unreasonable.
We're not unreasonable.
You are. I was hurting. All I wanted
Right,
to do was
stay
come
there
down
like
the
that.
front of me. For God's sake.
I can't see how that can be uncomfortable.
Oh really? Have you tried it?
Yes, I have.
Have you tried a lump of metal in your back with
Yes.
a seatbelt on? Have
Right,
you?
we're going to try this again. We hurted her pride, I think. I think that's all we hurt. She didn't like being arrested. She was visibly upset at it. She was embarrassed, but the force we were using on her wasn't excessive.
You're fine when you're.
Do you?
Listen, Stella.
Oh, you're horrible.
I've been nice to you
No, you haven't.
in all my dealings with you so far. The reason I didn't want you travelling like that is because it's unsafe. Okay? The way you are is fine. You're not in any pain. I checked that the cuffs are okay.
Now she's properly locked up and calmed down. It's last orders for Stella. While state-of-the-art cameras and mobile computers may be the way forward, there's still a little room for coppering, the old-fashioned way.
Intuition and gut feeling goes a long way in this job. People often raise their eyebrows to that, but when you've been doing the job for so long, certain things can just stand out or just not seem right, and they're sometimes the best jobs.
PC Stacey Ellett and her partner PC Mick Dunn are patrolling in Eastbourne. Neither fancy equipment nor even a copper's nose is needed when drivers are stupid enough to cut up a cop car, like this one. Especially when they look a bit dodgy as well.
No, but he did come up to that roundabout pretty quick. I was almost on him.
You're not supposed to police on stereotypes, but you instinctively do. The car and the driver and the front seat passenger just looked like it was worth a tug because of the way they were driving. We did.
You stay there just in case his wheels have gone to the angle out. No, he's coming out. Out.
Hello, sir.
I'll just come stand over here. The reason I've asked you to stop is just you came up to the roundabout quite quickly and you've had a little bit of a wobble coming down the road.
Is it?
Yeah, is this your car?
No mate, no, it's a girl called
Right, what insurance have you got to cover you drive it?
I'm on Quinn Direct.
How do you mean you're on Quinn Direct?
I don't know, like they insure me in another person's car with the owner's permission. Basically. I don't know, obviously it will sound a bit dodgy, innit, but like once you've done all your checks and that, innit, like I'm sure it'll come back alright, like.
It was quite woolly to begin with. That automatically raises your sort of suspicion levels.
So what vehicle is the policy held for then?
It's on a 106. I got the registration for
Just
that.
keep back from the car for a sec.
Right, yeah.
Have you had anything to drink at all?
No, mate, I just finished the game of football, mate. So
I was going to say, you're quite sweaty and your eyes are a bit shot.
I've just finished. Oh, that's what I've got my socks tucked in and all that sort of kind of stuff. Balls in the back of the car now.
Neither of you are wearing seatbelts as you come around the roundabout either.
I don't know about that, I had mine on.
You weren't wearing it coming round that roundabout. Neither was your front seat passenger, and I'll speak to him in a minute.
The news on the computer isn't bad this time.
Beautiful, yeah, you're allowed to drive other vehicles.
What's that?
Yes, you are allowed to drive other vehicles, that's good.
No, I mean, I'd never last it,
No, that's fine.
I'll report you for not wearing your seatbelt. I have to caution you, but you do not have to say anything, but it may have defensive. Do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court.
Because we'd seen that the front seat passenger didn't have a seatbelt as well, he needed to be dealt with. You can't deal with one person and let someone else off. You've got to be even-handed. So I went and approached the front seat passenger to have a chat with him and give him his ticket for no seatbelt.
Was there any reason why you weren't wearing your seatbelt when we stopped you?
No, I just forgot to put it on.
All right, OK. Do you want to just switch radio off for me for a second? It's a £60 fine for not wearing a seatbelt. Because we've given the driver one, it'd be unfair not to give you one at the same time. You got any means of identification with you? Anything with your name on?
No.
So how do I know you are who you say you are going to be?
About who I am.
Right, so who are you?
Yeah, I'm known to the police anyway.
Right.
Aaron Taylor.
What are you known to the police for, Aaron?
A few things. Theft, driving whilst disqualified, driving offences.
And what's your address, Aaron?
I haven't got an address, no 55.
Well, in that case, I can't give you a ticket. I'm going to have to arrest you.
What, for not wearing a seatbelt?
Yeah. I don't really want to do that, so you must have somewhere you collect your mail.
No.
Have you got a job?
No.
I'm not joking. If you can't provide me with an address, I will have to arrest you.
Me, wouldn't you?
He didn't want to give me his address at all. He knows the police will probably want to be speaking to him in the future for various things that he may do. And he doesn't want us to have an address that we know we can find him at.
So how well do you know the driver?
I know him quite well. I've known him for ages, a couple of years.
All right. Bear with me just a second.
PC Dunn's got a dilemma. If he ends up having to arrest the man just for not wearing a seatbelt, the busy custody sergeant at the Nick is not going to be amused.
Your front seat passenger, how long have you known him?
Don't know, it's over a year or something.
Do you see him quite regularly?
I do, yeah, he's quite a good friend of mine.
Right, so if I was to use your address as a postal address for him,
yeah,
he could pick anything up from there. I'm giving him a ticket the same as I've given you, but if I can't have an address for him, I'm going to have to nick him, which I don't really want to do for no seatbelt.
It's perfectly legitimate. People often give care of addresses because some people generally don't have addresses that they live at. They were obviously good friends and they play football together on a weekly basis. So the driver was more than prepared to use his address, but he wasn't too keen on it himself.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Lee's address as a care of postal address.
I don't want to do that, mate. I don't want to do that.
Well, I'm not nicking you for no seatbelt. That would just be ridiculous.
Like I say, I don't want to do that because then it's going to be down at my address as his address.
Well, I've spoken to him. It's not
yeah,
going.
But I don't want that because then that's going to be known as a last address to the police for me. Yeah, and then if I end up getting a warrant
it's not going to be known as.
No,
just
I don't want to do that.
Take a breath for a second and stop talking.
Breath, mate. I'm telling you, I don't want to do that.
Well, I've already spoken to him, and that's what's happening.
It don't matter. I don't want to do that.
Well, that's what's happening.
No, because then that's going to be down as my address, and if I get a warrant for something, they're going to be coming to my house looking for you. So no, I don't want to do that.
It doesn't work.
And plus, all the other fines
that I've got
outstanding.
Aaron.
No, I don't want to do that.
Take a breath for a second. It doesn't work like that.
No, it does, mate.
It was a complete pain. He just didn't want to give an address or use the driver's address as a care of address. But he just wouldn't have it, and he just wouldn't shut up. He just kept talking, and he wasn't prepared to listen.
Why are you writing my address down on the ticket? I'm refusing to take that.
It doesn't work in the way that you're talking.
I don't trust you, mate. I don't trust you. That's a piece of paper there with my name on it that's going to go into the police station, yeah, saying a fine, yeah, with his address on it, yeah? And then, trust me, I don't want you to do that. What are you doing? Why are you even doing that? Are you allowed to do that? Are you breaking the rules there? I'm telling you that I'm homeless and I don't want you to put an address down on a piece of paper to do with my name. That address has nothing to do with me, and you're starting to fill the form out like that. Are you allowed to do that?
Are you going to give me a chance to talk to you, or are you just going to rant at me all night long?
You're not listening to me, are you?
I gave him a lot of time. I wouldn't normally give someone on the street that amount of time over something like that. If it had been earlier in the shift or the middle of the shift, I'd have nicked him. No two ways about it. Even for a seatbelt offence, I'd have had him in.
You have stopped me, you explained yourself, I explained myself, end of situation. You can explain yourself to me again and again, and I will keep saying the same thing. I don't want his address put on that form to have anything to do with correspondence for me. You know what I mean? Have I explained myself?
You have.
Yeah, thank you. So don't keep repeating what you're saying, or I'm just going to keep repeating it. We'll be here
What's
all
your
night.
postcode?
I don't want you to put his address on that form.
BN.
He doesn't have any issues with it though.
Obviously, because like I say, if anything happens in my name in the future, or I don't pay that fine, you're going to go...
Aaron, just be quiet
I'm
for a
not
second.
talking to you, I'm talking to
Right,
her now.
I'm just about to
so don't
answer
tell me
something
be quiet, that's a
Eileen's
bit
asked
rude,
me.
isn't it? When I'm talking and you're talking, did I turn around and say, can you be quiet?
Do you need to calm down?
Rude,
Let me just talk about this. The only
we are
time
talking.
the only time we come to your address, Lee, is going to be if he defaults on this
Yeah, well, I
fine
probably am going to default on that
for the
fine.
seatbelt.
Yeah, well done.
If he defaults on his ticket, a summons will be issued and it will be sent to the driver's address. And I would hope the driver will give it to his friend at the next weekly football match. There's your ticket.
At last, the football and the arguing have taken their toll. Aaron's worn himself out and he's going to take the ticket.
I'm not asking you to sign for it, I'm just asking you to take it. If you don't want it, then I will have to arrest you. It would be a very poor outcome for such a minor offence, but I will do it if you want me to. You telling me you can't pay or won't pay this fine?
I'm telling you I can't pay.
You get gyro and you get benefit, don't you? You just told me that.
I've only just started a new claim. Oh, just guess the thing is.
Okay then. Night. He could have gone up and become a little bit more aggressive. I don't think he was going to, but he was a hair's breadth from being arrested for what is just not wearing a seatbelt. The power is there now for us to arrest for that offence. If he had just refused to pay the ticket and said, I'm not taking the ticket at all, I would have had no option but to arrest him. I don't think I'd have been very popular in the custody block if I'd brought him in for that offence. I'd rather not do it. But he's taken the ticket, which gives me the impression that he probably will pay it. I hope so.
As well as having cameras which read number plates built into cop cars, the police in Sussex also rely on ones that are sited permanently at the roadside, in secret locations. Whenever a suspicious car goes past one, the alarm is sounded.
One of the ANPR cameras, one of the fixed cameras in Hastings, has just picked up a Ford Focus that's gone through. That car shows as being stolen from a burglary earlier on today in Hastings, so we're just going to head out that way. There's some other traffic units going there as well to see if we can find the vehicle.
This car was still in the area where the burglary happened, which doesn't really often happen. Normally if people steal a car, they'll be gone or it'll be found burnt out, but this one's still driving around, so I had a real good opportunity here to not only find the stolen car, but if we could find that, we could hopefully arrest the people that were in it, who may well have been our burglars.
Now they're in Hastings. It's a question of hoping one of the units can spot the Ford Focus.
201, potential sighting of the vehicle, eastbound.
And the cops are in luck.
We came along the seafront listening to the radio, listening to the updates of where this car was, and it was heading right towards us.
Where the fountain is. Yes, this one's gone into the town across the bridge.
The fountain, which is down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a matter of a couple of 100 metres from where the stolen car now was. It turned right up another road, and we saw it. We saw our colleagues go after it.
Just saw them shoot up there.
That when was it? We were around here.
Tango, 201. Yeah, vehicle Castle Hill Road. Total loss of this car.
As quick as the stolen car was found, it's been lost again.
Castle Hill Road, total loss.
Lights down there, man.
103, we're going to make the other end of Castle Hill Road about Mount Pleasant, see if we can get it coming out Ferrari Road end. 37, I had to ready. Yeah, I've lost sight of it in these roads. It looked like it was two up.
It's not looking good. The chances of recovering the stolen car with its two occupants are fading fast.
I just saw him suddenly to a right.
Yeah, he did. He was not.
I'm
I'm looking for a bit of a decamper though. If he's
Yeah, just for those officers that are in that area.
The adrenaline's going because you want to catch the people in the stolen car.
Could be connected.
But all hope of catching them isn't yet lost. There's one more place to look.
When we came up that road, is this the one we came up? Before we took that left, there was a road before that. There were lights down there. I don't know whether it's worth just looking down that, just in case he has decamped from it. Just abandon it down
tiny
there.
road,
Yeah, it was one before that left that we took. It might be worth it.
We'd gone up one of the roads where this car had last seen, and to my left there was a smaller road that branched off. We carried on further up, but as we had passed this road, I just saw some lights down there. I couldn't see anything more than that, couldn't tell what car or what vehicle it was from. So we turned back round and come back down to that road. It's just somewhere that we wanted to double check.
Yeah, this was the one. Yeah, because it went down at an angle. And there were lights just down here as we went along. Could be nothing.
It would be the quickest one to...
There it is. Tango 209 with the vehicle. Where we are? Where are we?
We are in Castle Hill Passage.
Castle Hill Passage, vehicle's abandoned, no one with it.
It's a double-edged sword, really. Very, very pleased that that was the car, but equally quite gutted that there was no one in it.
Yeah,
it hadn't been there long. It can't have been there long. Perhaps a minute since I'd seen the brake lights or the lights.
Yeah, it's still warm to the touch, so it's definitely the right one.
So it was very fresh. So of course, first thing we need to do is have a look round, see whether they're hiding.
Lizzie, I'm going to have a run down there, see if anyone's around.
There was a small wooden gate on the left-hand side with some shrubs in there, checked in there. It's all quite dark and dingy in there, but a good hiding place. That's clear. There's nothing to say that they would have gone any distance, we just didn't know at that point. So we ran further down the road, and sadly by the time we got to the bottom, it's quite a busy area. They could have gone anywhere really from there.
So many people around, it's...
The cops have run up a blind alley. Their last chance is to call in the dogs.
Yeah, he's going to put him in the car, but I've said the keys aren't in it, whether they've locked it or not, so... I didn't want to move in case they come out and drove off in it.
While PC's Hobbs and Hall wait for a sniffer dog to come, news is coming in of an accident that's just happened 40 miles along the coast in Brighton.
Vehicles crashed into a barrier.
PC Dan Pattenden is on his way to the scene.
Yeah, I've got it on my terminal now. The call came in that there was a single vehicle crash which had occurred at the Lewis Road junction with Elm Grove in Brighton.
The traffic cops only get called to the more serious road accidents.
As we've arrived, fire brigade were already on scene.
The fire crews have rescued 3 people from the wrecked vehicle. One of them, a woman in the front passenger seat, is seriously injured, but another, the driver, has disappeared.
It was one of the fire brigade that had said that they'd initially been speaking to the driver, who they described, and then said that they'd then seen him walking off up the road.
There's usually only one reason a driver would do a runner from an accident. They've been drinking. Unluckily for him, he's been caught on CCTV, and the cops have got him.
I've got some money in that pocket. I've got a phone in that pocket. Help yourself. You're on the floor, mate, all right? Help me. I've got some money in the phone.
Sure enough, he's either been knocked senseless or he is indeed legless.
Tell me your first name, right?
Right, it's Adam. My first name's Adam. I've got a few notes in there. I've got some change.
Keep your legs down.
Okay.
All right.
I've got some change. I've got a couple of notes. I've got some money. Help yourself.
I'm not going to help yourself, mate. I'm just going to make sure.
Help yourself, son. It's only change. It's a bit of money. It's a bit of money. Help yourself. Take it. We'll go to the pub and have a pint.
He was almost knocking me out with the fumes that were coming from his sort of breath anyway, so I arrested him straight away for driving whilst being unfit. I didn't need to breathalyse him.
Chuck me in the car then.
We'll get your head sorted out first, mate. Right?
No, fuck me, I don't give a shit.
Well, we don't bloody knock car, all right? So
Alright,
we'll get it sorted out
appreciate
first.
you don't want blood in this car, I'll walk.
Look, there's the ambulance there, mate. We'll get them sorted out first. I do, mate.
I'm not fighting with you, I don't care.
No, you're not fighting with us.
No, I'm not fighting with you, I don't care.
In the control room, they're taking a closer look at the man's crash, and something very disturbing is coming to light. It looks like it's deliberate.
When we asked him about the accident, he did indicate that he didn't care if he died or whatever.
And it's all because he's had a bust-up with his girlfriend and has been consumed with jealousy.
From looking with the CCTV, obviously he hasn't turned in sharp enough, and it looks like he sort of literally tried to drive through the railings, if you like, on her side.
The man's girlfriend is on her way to hospital with serious injuries to her foot, but she's been able to make allegations that back up the cops' suspicion about the crash.
She indicated that he was making threats and had threatened to kill her.
The man requires medical help too, for a pain in the neck.
Well, I'm dragging hold of it. If they let go of me I've got a bit of...
There's been another development. Witnesses have said they saw the man try to crash his car before it smashed into the railings. He's crossed the line. It appears he has tried to kill his girlfriend.
So obviously a deliberate attempt at trying to hurt someone, then you're looking down the lines of really assault, or, you know, in this occasion it was being looked at as an attempt murder initially until we knew otherwise.
You all right with this shut now?
What's that?
Yeah.
Adam Hall is going to be arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. A full-scale investigation has swung into action. Sergeant Melanie Doyle is preserving any evidence there might be at the site of the initial incident.
My traffic officers had taken the driver into custody, so I went back down to take control and command of the scene itself and assess what needed to be done. Witnesses have described the vehicle doing handbrake turns, and so you could practically map out its path by the marks it had left on the road. I'm just trying to mark it before it disappears, so that I can see a little bit. I've called in CIU and they'll do a lot more work here, but at the moment I'm just marking for my own view what I've got. It was fairly clear that from what I could see of the marks that the vehicle had been driven northwards up the Lewis Road. For whatever reason, the driver decided to steer the car, for want of a better word, straight into a parked car, whether it be to scare the passenger or to actually cause her injury, I don't know. But then he immediately carried on driving, drove off again, did a U-turn right round across the road, accelerated hard, and at the last second turned hard right into Elm Grove, not making the turn at all and careering straight into the railings, where it all came to a stop.
With the charges so serious and the evidence stacking up, it's necessary for CID to take up the case.
So the indications we're getting are that it was a deliberate attempt to drive into there and a deliberate attempt to crash up there. And it's her side here. It's dead centre up there. It's dead centre of the car that's hit the post, and both bags have gone, and they both hit the windscreen head on, head in. He could have killed somebody, whether it be his passengers or a pedestrian or anybody. He could have quite seriously injured or killed somebody, and his driving was absolutely appalling.
Back in Hastings, there's still no sign of the dog, but there is word about the thieves who stole the Ford Focus coming in.
So we're just stopping 2 miles up at, I think it's like a recreational area on Priory Road.
Virtually at the same time that we must have found the car, that Dave and Nathan, who were another crew from traffic that were working in Hastings, had stopped 2 people.
103, yeah. We've got one of the lads in custody. Son, do a PNC check for me, please. Yeah, surname of Michael Scabrania. First name of Scabrania.
They've nicked just up there.
Have they? Yeah. It's a well-known young lad in the Hastings area. Is quite prolific for most things, I think.
I'd worked my whole career in Hastings, and he was a problem for us throughout all of it, really.
What's his latest, Lizzie?
He was a prolific car thief. He was the youngest car thief in the county or in the country.
He was at one point,
He couldn't see
yeah.
over the steering wheel.
So he likes to nick cars, but
He was so small when he started doing it. I think he had to sit on cushions and stuff in order to be able to nick these cars that he was taking.
To nick any of the suspects caught nearby, the cops are going to need good evidence to link them to the car. Without it, the writing will be on the wall. Even though they've caught some suspects, the dog's still got some work to do.
When the dog came, they did what I believe is called a confirmation track, and they've tracked from the car, lo and behold, to where these 2 lads have been stopped by Dave and Nathan, which obviously confirms that that's the route that they've taken from the car.
The confirmation track isn't enough to solve the crime, but it does strengthen the case against the young car thief they've caught and his mate. Like so often these days, the case will hang on forensics, and in particular, any DNA which might link the suspects to the stolen car.
There was a lot of McDonald's rubbish found in the vehicle. They've been examined, and there had been a DNA hit on a straw from a drinks cup.
And even better, the thieves' drive-through Happy Meal was captured on camera.
Their CCTV presented a nice image of 3 lads going through McDonald's driving in this stolen car, which was quite damning, really, I think. You don't get things like that happen very often. We're not usually so lucky.
But unluckily, it couldn't be proved that the well-known car thief was in the stolen Ford Focus. However, its driver, caught by the McDonald's camera, was recognised. He had plenty of time to digest his fast food. 17 weeks in a young offenders institute. Adam Hall was not charged with attempted murder, but he was found guilty of dangerous driving and drinking and driving, and given a suspended 9-month prison sentence, a 3-year driving ban, and required to do 200 hours community work. The smash and grab raiders who like to do their shopping after hours got a total of 9 years in jail between them. The man who was caught driving without an MOT or a licence and who had already been disqualified was given yet another driving ban, but will be free to start doing some driving lessons in the autumn. The stroppy man with no address who was given a ticket for not wearing his seatbelt failed to pay the fine and has a warrant out for his arrest. And Stella, more powder keg than beer keg, was found guilty of driving without insurance and was disqualified. She was given a 12-month community order and 6 points on her licence.